Last night on 60 Minutes, JPMorgan Chairman and CEO Jamie Dimon was asked whether he ever thought about running for president.
Did you ever think of running for president?
I thought about thinking about it.
You thought about thinking about it?
I talked to one person and I decided to think no more.
That's something I've reported on before, but certainly the first time I've heard him say it and admit it on the record. And last week in London, I also asked Dimon about whether he would consider public office in the future.
Probably not, but I would never rule anything out, and I never say never. But I think that business, civic society, think of hospitals, schools, not-for-profits, working with government can fix our problems. I think yelling at each other is not going to fix our problems. Collaboration works. I think we did this new, this secular stagnation, kind of this new normal. I think we did it to ourselves through bad policy, infrastructure, certain taxation, inner city schools, too much regulation, capricious and slow litigation, healthcare, which has cost too much. I think those are the things holding us back. And yes, we should share the great pleasant of this nation with the less privileged.
Personally, Cor, I took the bulk of that answer to be in the part of I would never rule it out, as opposed to the probably not first two words with which he answered with. But make of it what you will. We know nothing for the next year and a half, no doubt about that he's considering it. But clearly he cares so much about the policy that influenced the nation. He said last night on CBS again, I'm a patriot. Anyone that suggests otherwise isn't. So, and he admitted on CBS last night that the possibility of president had crossed his mind. So maybe we'll see in the future. It's not going to happen this time around. But
yeah, pays a lot of attention to those public policy issues and could be a key voice moving the ball forward, whether he's in an official capacity or not.
Right. We'll have to wait and see. The other point, of course, that's got a lot of headlines throughout the day was on the question of pay, and we played a brief part of that earlier in the show. The thing to, I think, highlight on that is that 31 million, I think, is his pay. In absolute terms, there's no doubt that he's worth that. His company's worth 400 billion. It's the going rate for CEOs in his industry. His performance since taking over can't be disputed. The stock is up annually 10% versus the S&P 500, up 7% in a terrible decade for banks, where the average for the banks index is flat. So he's certainly earned his own performance. And he also sort of advocates for paying more tax himself. So I think to push someone in what is a capitalist free enterprise world, as he always mentions, to arbitrarily offer to give back money is a little bit short-sighted to expect anyone to feel like they should have to do that. But in absolute terms, either way, I think all the shareholders would be like, we're happy to pay him 30 million, keep doing the good work he does. But anyway, it was a very interesting interview, and they put a lot of the stuff about the work they're doing in Detroit in there as well, which I also thought was pretty interesting.